feels like music to me, babe. It's all about your touch releasing me, babe.
You're like music, music. You're like music, the music that's controlling me. You're like music, music. You're like music, the music that's controlling me.
Bring it true to me, babe. It's all about your love setting me free, babe. Bring it true to me, babe. It's all
And I need to actually turn my mic on. If I don't turn my mic on, you guys can't hear me. So that's my fault. All right. We're here. And we're here with another stream. I see that one of my lights is broken. Whoa. Christ. Blinded. I'm going to get a debuff there. Come on. Give me my lights. There we go. Perfect. All right. Much better. Much better. So much difference. Well, actually, that is quite a bit of difference. All right. I hope everyone's doing well. Hey, Jagu. How are you, buddy? How are you today? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to quickly highlight one of the things that I noticed. I need to switch to the right screen. There we go. So one of the things I noticed just now. Hey, Porridge. How are you, buddy? Nice to hear. It looks like it is there. Yeah, it is. It is. It's very nice. Just been bought about 9 ads. Damn, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. I did run an ad during like the countdown. Mostly so that I would be ad-free for the next 33 minutes. That was the idea. I noticed that in the news section that they mentioned pirate ships in the free content, but when you go into the marketplace, if it wants to load, and you scroll down to free for the month, there's nothing about pirate ships. So I was like, what? That's strange. Turns out there is a different pack. Oops. Style Deluxe 2. No, Deluxe 2. This one. Oh, which I apparently already own. Which is also free, but you have to look for it. Like, it's not listed in the other 5. But this is definitely a good pack to have. If you look at all of this looks all incredible. We could actually... it only supports up to 4.27. That's a shame. But otherwise, we could have very much used this for saving Dave. Right? That could have totally happened. 9 ads. Right, so it doesn't play one 3-minute ad. It plays, like, a lot of smaller ads. Interesting. I didn't realize that. I had no idea. I find every system hard to work with. Like 9 30-second ads. Gotcha. I get it. Interrupt my rambling to ask questions. So today we're just going to do a bit of a chill stream. There's some things I want to kind of run through whilst we load up the project. Because obviously last time we posted a big old post. Big post. We posted this one, 92 upvotes, cool. We posted this one because we saw another like interesting discussion happening about commercial viability, and so we figured, okay, let's see what's going on, right? And interesting to see, and this kind of like rings true for multiple different platforms. Much less upvotes compared to the previous one, but much more interaction. So it's always like an interesting thing that just this number alone doesn't mean much. It's about the combination of different numbers. Also in terms of like insights, 32,500 people have seen this post with an 86% upvote rate and 30 total shares, whereas this one was viewed by way more people, like well over double, has a higher upvote rate, and is also been shared more times. So it's always interesting to make sure that you look at multiple metrics rather than just upvote number. But anyway, we posted this one, and it was a big boy post. It was a really, really long one. And luckily enough, there were a few people that really put in a ton of effort to read through it all in the first place. And then to ask some good critical questions, which I was really, really happy with. Like this person in particular called me out on some details I was missing, so I added all that in. Which then led them to, to share some more resources and stuff like that. And was really, really helpful. Then additionally, I wanted to call this out. Someone else responded and they were basically asking about, okay, how do I find proper playtesters, and then how do I kind of go about that, what's it called, that process. So Steve Bromley linked this post by himself. I didn't know that. And I had a quick read through it. And it's a really good resource in my opinion. I really like it. So I'm just gonna put the link in chat. And I'll also put it in Discord for those that are not in the stream but do want to kind of like follow along. I need to make a like dedicated channel to it. A resource about finding the right kind of playtesters. So I thank Steve Bromley for that, because that has been super helpful. There we go. And then for those of you, because I just mentioned it, for those of you that are wondering about Discord, you can join it through that link if you wanted to. We could talk for days on end. So yeah, so I want to call that out. And additionally, what else? Yeah, there was, generally speaking, some pretty good takes, and quite a lot of people that were just being nicely critical, which is exactly what I need people to be. I alone do not have all the knowledge, right? And no one should ever think that either. I'm not always going to be right, which is good. Which you don't want that. You don't want that either. But more importantly, I need people to call me out on that. Because if something is unclear or vague, or they feel like it should be different, then that spawns a nice discussion, and that's something we can talk about, right? So always when you hear me say something where you're like, call it out. Call it out, because that's, yeah, in my opinion, really helpful. So yeah, for that reason, I wanted to just mention it. But yeah, lots of really good responses. There was one guy who was putting in some less useful work, but luckily enough, there were other people that were kind of like jumping in on that and, you know, giving some extra input, which was nice. So either way, overall, I was very happy with the result the post got. I felt like there was a lot of information in there. A lot of it was kind of summarized, because else the post would have been even longer. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it was nice that we did this during stream as well. It was nice. It was cool. So yeah, so that's one thing I want to do during this stream as well. Just if you have questions about your own game development process or game design process, ask the questions. That's what I'm here for. Please just ask questions. I also want to say thanks to Kuro Pebbles and DFB93 for the follows previously before this stream started. I appreciate that. Alright, so now we come to, I don't know where there's a random wall out there, but now we come to our own game. There's a few things we gotta finish up. I haven't downloaded Asana, but I do have the browser version at the moment. So there's just some things here that we could do, but specifically I just want to focus on the puzzle layout. Because we also have like 3 sections, and yeah, it's gonna need quite a bit of figuring out before we can what's it called? Before we can actually put this version of the prototype back onto like the playtesting list again. So so let's see. How do we do this? How am I gonna do this? We're gonna need to do some refactoring, because right now the AI just runs towards this destination. Yeah. And they're keeping in mind this track as well. Oh, perhaps the first thing we should fix is the axe swinging cue from breaking, which I already know how I'm gonna do that. Let's have a look. See on Audacity. Open axe swinging whoosh. So this one specifically. There we go. If I export these as 2 separate whooshes, So if I just take this and I go export selected audio, and I export this as a WAV because that's the only thing Unreal accepts. So X-Wing and Whoosh 1. Do I want to export that there, or can I export this actually? Oops, nope, not there. Under this PC, local disk, game development, and then assets. Like that. And then same for this one. File, export selected audio. And then we'll make this Axe Swinging Whoosh 2. Because what I was thinking, because we were facing an issue where I don't actually know if you guys will be able to hear this properly, but where it was desyncing over time. And also, actually, yeah, we didn't even think of that, to be honest. We didn't even think of the slow. Oh, he died. Forgot that existed. But we came to a point where the sound wouldn't restart because it was being collected by the garbage collector, and which meant that it couldn't be referenced anymore, and so everything was shit. So, so what I want to do instead is just have these two separate whooshes. Whoosh whoosh. Save both of these. Where is it? Save. And then create multiple queues. There we go. Nope, don't need that. And then save these as well. And then we need to go into the trap dilation thingy. Inside of trap movement. Yeah, okay. So then instead of setting booleans and whatever, and doing this in like a strange place, basically, I can basically Control D them. I can just disconnect it like that. There we go. Because I want to save it in case I do need to turn it back. So instead of doing that, I would much rather... Oops. There we go. I would much rather do something slightly different. So inside of my Axe Swinging Motion timeline, I can add a event timeline, an event track, and I can say Axe Swinging Sound events. And then I could say roughly around a little before the, before we actually get to the middle point of the swing, we want to start our sound. We basically want to shoot a cue and say play this sound. And the same we want to do for just before, there we go, just before the backswing. And now what will happen? Yeah, I can basically put this on a switch. No, not on a switch, sorry, on a flip-flop. And then I can say play sound at location. And I can select the sound asset, which is whoosh 1 and whoosh 2. There we go. And then we want to grab, which location is it? Yeah, we probably don't want to put this on Axe Collision Box. We instead want to put it on rotation point. Get world location. Like that. Now we'll have to think about the slowing down and the speeding up problem in a second, but for now, this should work. Yeah, then I just want to put the attenuation settings on these guys. to make sure they respond the same in all cases. Okay, in theory this should work. I think this has to do with the attenuation settings, to be honest. Yeah, I think the fall of this is just too high. And the inner radius needs to be 100 as well. And then the volume. I don't think we can do a volume here, right? No. There's minimal reverb, which is okay. Yeah, and this is just background sound, so this does not need to be super present. I'm just gonna put a I'm just gonna reduce the attenuation dramatically to like 350, just so I can only hear one. Okay. Even less? Like at some point we shouldn't hear it anymore. Okay, so something's going wrong. Is it because we're calling the right assets? So whoosh 1 and whoosh 2. Oh shit, wrong ones. Whoosh 2 needs to be sound cues. And I'm not doing anything funky inside of the cues. No. This all looks fine. And I don't have we could print string it. See what happens. What? Now we don't hear it at all anymore. Huh? Let's put it at 0. Am I stupid? Put it back at 500? I can hear it very softly. Hang on. I don't even think you guys can hear that, but... So it's a little wacky when there are multiple nearby. But beyond that, sounds pretty okay, right? Or do you guys feel differently? Do you think it doesn't sound okay? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it sounds okay enough, like prototype style. It sounds really hard to determine if they're getting out of sync. Yeah, I guess it's fine, right? I guess it's fine. I reckon it's probably fine. Okay, let me turn the music back on again. Okie dokie. So instead of 500, let's do 400, and then inner radius of 25. I don't want to have too much going on. And then I think in terms of Yeah, I think we don't really want to touch the other settings, to be honest. What does the occlusion do in this case? UE5 sound occlusion. Sound attenuation. Does this mean that that's the shapes? I don't really care about that. Oh, right. I mean, cone shape is kind of cool. That's kind of nice. Inner radius. That's all fine. I need to know about attenuation. Occlusion. This is spatialization. And will pan accordingly as the listener moves around. It's used if you want the sound to appear to confirm a particular location in a game world, e.g. a spot source sound. Do we have spatialization on? Yeah, we do have spatialization on, yeah. Okay, this is all fine then. I don't really care too much about this. Air absorption, yeah. Okay, let's do 2D, so we don't need that. Focus. This actually controls some additional processing that you can use to the focus behavior of sounds. There may be times when you want a sound to be more prominent depending on its position relative to the listener's rotation. For example, you may have certain sounds that belong to a special pickup item that is usually intentionally masked slightly behind the rest of the mix. But if the player is looking directly at or nearly directly at the pickup item, you may want to bring the sound up in the mix slightly to attenuate it. Oh! Alternatively, you may want to set this listener focus behavior up across all your sounds in order to try to eliminate the perceptual differences that arise from the fact that we tend to focus our attention on sounds that are directly in front of us. This could be nice. Because we tend to like focus on, I think the sound is tight enough so focus is where the danger is near. When you started out, it was kind of loud. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I think together with this focus setting, there's probably a lot more we can do to make this even more tight. So let's try that. Let's give that a shot. Now I just need to double check what these settings actually all do, because that's something I haven't done before. With these settings, you can control the angles that determine whether a sound is classed as being in or out of focus, the amount of scaling to apply to a sound's distance calculations, and then priority settings based on whether it is in or out of focus, the amount of attenuation to apply to in and out of focus sounds, and the interpolation speed for these settings as sounds move in and out of focus. The green cone depicts the angular area in which objects are classed as being in focus. The red cone depicts the transition area. Anything beyond this is classed as being out of focus. Cool. So focus azimuth. This property determines the azimuth horizontal rotation angle that a sound needs to be within in order to be classed as in focus, and is expressed in degrees. An angle of 0 degrees will be directly in front of the listener's forward vector. Aha! Interesting. Okay. So this is basically the in focus range, and then the next one is the the next one is the transition area, and then everything outside of that is out of focus. So 30 degrees, that's not a lot. 60 degrees is quite a bit better already, and then everything out of that is... Okay, let's try 45, and let's try... I don't want to go too high. Let's try 70. And then save that, and then we can just slightly turn this music off real quick, because I just want to see how this works. So now this is in focus, basically. But if I now look away, I think there's some more settings we gotta change, I think. Focus. Yeah, because the non-focus distance scale is the same, right? That's not what we want, I think. Focus distance scale. This property defines a scaling value that will be applied to the sound's calculated distance from the listener, and therefore the attenuated volume of the sound. A value of less than 1 here will result in the sound appearing to be closer to the listener than it actually is when it is in focus. Okay. This property defines the scaling value that will be applied to the sound's calculated distance from the listener, and therefore the attenuated volume of the sound. A value greater than 1 will result in the sound appearing to be further away from the listener than it actually is when it is out of focus. Yeah, see, we need to change this. So I want to say that if we're not focusing on something, it needs to appear twice as far away. Maybe that's way too extreme. I don't know. We're like really testing stuff here. And let's put this at 0.8. So that's slightly more emphasized, more focusing on something. Let's see how this works. Ah ha ha. Oh, this is cool. So I do think if this is 70 degrees, I do think 70 degrees is a lot. Probably too much. We probably want to create a much tighter cone. But this is very cool. Let's put this at, I think the maximum needs to be 45. Even 45 might already be much. I think 30 at the maximum and like 15 to like focus. Okay, so now it's out of focus. So I think our transition angle is allowed to be a bit bigger, actually. I don't want to have it too tight, because then it doesn't make sense, because you're still kind of looking at it. But this is also about the distance at which stuff is happening. 600. This is so cool. This is so cool. I have no idea what this does to performance, but I'm really not worrying too much about that right now. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, so the trap behind me I'm no longer hearing. Instead, I'm listening to the trap in front of me. Oh, that is so cool. And if I turn far enough away, I just hear one trap. Wow. That is some really clever stuff. That is really awesome. Let's put this at 0.9. I don't want it to be too loud. And and the non-focus distance at 1.5 probably. What else? Focus volume attenuation. This property defines a scaling value that will be applied to the sound's volume when it is classed as being in focus. This occurs after the sound's initial volume has been scaled relative to its distance from the listener according to the attenuation distance settings above. A value greater than 1 will result in the sound being boosted in volume when in focus. Right. Okay, but we don't necessarily need to touch that all too much. Focus attack interrupt speed. This property defines the interpolation speed when used when moving from being out of focus to into focus. Okay, so that's about transition times. Okay, gotcha. I think that's fine. I don't think there's much about that. I don't care too much about reverb. That's all fine. Occlusion. This section defines how the inbuilt occlusion system will behave in order to simulate the effect of sound being reduced in high frequency content or amplitude as a result of an object being between the source and the listener. Oh wow, so that's like if there's a wall in between. Aha. You can control how the engine will check for obstructions as well as the severity of low-pass filtering and volume reduction should an obstruction be found. You can also change the speed that, as a result, any changes to the sound will occur. Oh, this is so cool. I had no idea this was all here. So yeah, so I could say, if we just go down here, I could say that for occlusion, I want it to be visibility, so that if I don't see something, then the sound is automatically less. Um, um, Yeah, let's just try this and let's see what happens here. So this has slightly messed. Ah, but this is now helping. Okay, it's not perfect, but it is very interesting. I feel like the occlusion messed with the other stuff we did. I feel like something has messed with the listener focus. I guess we can kind of like increase this a little bit because we did reduce that quite severely. Right. We should, by the way, still do a UI pass on this UI because it's still very much out of date. It really is. Okay, I have to kind of leave the sounds this way. The only problem is that I need to stop these sounds when the trap is slowed down. Yeah, because look, then I can manipulate it, but I guess, because it really doesn't matter, because if I now wait here, and I go, because the timeline doesn't move, it's fine. Actually, yeah, this is fine. What happens if I make it go faster? Okay, I guess that works. I guess that's fine. Then, okay, let's just find one more thing. For that, I need to open up, what's it called again? Resonic. And I just want to run through, let me just make sure there's nothing NDA-wise on screen here. Okay. I just want to run through, because I'm looking for some flamethrower sound effects. Fire and flame sounds. Blowtorch. That's a shit blowtorch. Jesus. Those aren't great. Nope. 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 Burning city ambience. Let's go. Burning forest. Campfire loop. Fire burst. Now that is something. Yeah. These are all bursts. That's definitely not what I want. That's a horrible noise. Fireplace flame whoosh. Oh, maybe. Oh. Whoa. That didn't sound bad. Flame whoosh 2. It sounds a bit dragony in a way. Right. Why do all these flamethrowers sound like cars starting up? That's just a general fire. Lava stuff. Sizzle, a torch loop. Some of these sounds are really good. Some of the other sounds are not that great. Sound like a jet engine. Yeah, some of these are really bad. Yeah, I kind of needed to start up and then, you know, then make it crackle, make it fire, make it burn, you know? And then at the end I can put it out. Because I think, how long do I actually leave the effect on for? Dun 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 dun. Where do I even set this anymore? Whoa. We have an interesting blueprint going on here. Luckily we commented everything, but it's looking interesting, huh? So here's the thing. What happens, or where does this happen, I guess? Where do we determine when we fire the flamethrowers? Because we start a timer, right? Kill AI while waiting too long. That's it. Let's see. Oh right, we activate all the flamethrowers. Okay, and then once the AI has respawned, we deactivate all of them. Aha. Okay. All right. I get it. Cool. This one is not bad, but it's just a bit short. Because if we take a look at good old Davy Boy. Oop, there we go. Right, and if we then take a look at him kind of like waiting there, it's filling up these progress bars. And then whoosh. Yeah, so that's about 3 seconds worth of time, give or take. So you'd have like a flamethrower starting. Probably this one, probably the 85. No, stop. Okay. 85. Stop. Okay. So we want 85 for the start. I hate it. Maybe 5? Sorry, not 5. 82. 82 and 85. Let's put this on Audacity, see what happens. Perhaps we can also change some of the settings of the sound to not make it sound like ass. New, please. Oh, whoopsie, didn't mean to do that. Alright, Resonic. Let's first pop in 85. And then right after that, what was it? 82? Okay. Then we'll put 82 after here, and we can kind of like squish it. Oh, come on. Let me squish you. Probably something like that. Which puts us at roughly just over 3 seconds. All the way. And all the way. What does that sound like? I want this to fade in a bit more, because right now it does not bode very well, to be honest. Probably something like this. And like that. And then potentially we want to move this back a bit. Oops, wrong tool in hand. Oh no, I've done something. I accidentally removed some of the UI. Oh shit, hold on. There we go. I didn't mean to do that. So I kind of want to, I guess I can kind of pull this onto its own track, or at least I thought I could. Can I please make a new stereo track, please? And then kind of like here-ish. Yeah, that kind of sounds like it. Now I just have to take this one and make this not sound like ass. So let's go to the pitch, probably. Let's see what happens. Needs to be a bit more boomy. Flamethrowers tend to be a bit boomy, not very high pitched per se. Let's try that again. That's already sounding a bit better. Let's do this one more step. Ooh, maybe even one more step. One more. That sounds a little more like sounds a little more like a flamethrower. Do we want to add like a stopping sound as well? Because there is a stopping sound, which is this one. So we could just all the way at the back here. Oops, oopsie doopsie. Come on, Elasty, work with me. We could at the back here just kind of like place that in. I wanted to not loop for a second. So let's start it from the start. Yeah, that's not too bad, right? What do we think of that flamethrower sound? Perhaps we need to see it in context. That could be it, right? Yep, that's fine. Flamethrower sound. Okay, and let's also export that. Export as WAV. WAV. Flamethrower sound. Save. That's fine. Okie dokie. Alright, let's plonk that in here. Like that. And then we can create a queue. And then we save both of them. I feel like I need to sneeze, but I don't want to. Okay, and then we're gonna go into this one, and oh, this means it's variable how long this might take. Okay, well, it's very simple. We'll just right here at the end, we'll call for it. We'll just say play sound at location, and the location is specifically it's just specifically this one. It's kind of in the middle. Get world location like that, and then we'll do the flamethrower sound cue. I don't want to apply the attenuation yet because I just want to hear what it sounds like. All right. Yeah. All right. I need to stop the music for that to happen. Okay. it needs to be tiny bit shorter. Tiny bit shorter, I think. I do like the clicks at the start. Yeah, it's just like, it's like, that sound does for the bill. Yeah, yeah, it does, doesn't it? But it's like the tiniest bit that it needs to be shortened. I think it's like this, maybe. Actually, hang on, I can actually do this differently. Hang on, instead of changing the sound here, I could just go into the actual sound itself. Oops. And I could just say the or is this in the sound queue? This might be just in the sound queue, I'm not sure. Source submix. Oh no, I thought I could change the playback speed, but I guess I can't. That's interesting. No, I suppose I cannot. Crazy stuff. Nope, I can just control the volume and such. Okay, cool, then we do need to do it here. Alright, if I just pull this back a tiny bit, kind of like to here. And like to here. Like, it'd be even better if we did this modular. So like that it's not really dependent on certain things, but too much effort for a prototype. So we're gonna do it like this. Alright. Export as WAV. Replace this one. Save. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now I don't think that automatically updates inside of here. I think I need to re-import it. Re-import. There we go. And this will automatically use the right sound again. Okay, let's give that a shot. Let's see what happens. No dying, Dave. Right, let's see this happen. Alright, it's loading up. Nah. Ow, I thought I was hitting it, but I guess not. Come on, Dave. Start moving. Alright, it's charging up. Yeah, it needs to be even a bit shorter. It needs to be even a bit shorter, to be entirely fair. I also need to move this one a bit back, like that. And then probably we can actually move this back a bit. Kind of like this. Kind of even further back, maybe. Ooh. There we go. And then actually for this one specifically, we might want to just fade this out at the end. Kind of like that. So it doesn't just all of a sudden disappear. Instead, it just fades out nicely. Export as WAV. This one, save. Yes, I'm going to overwrite it. Yes. Yes. Okie dokie. And then I just got to re-import it. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. The difference now should be significant enough to know that it worked. There we go. There you go, Dave. All right. Because there is no set time, it becomes a little hard to tailor a sound to it. Good enough. Good enough. I think that's the key. Play the flamethrower sound at location. Now I don't want to do an entire sound pass over the prototype because that's a bit futile, but we'll keep this for now. One thing we could do I did see just now inside of here. I see lava bubbling. It's kind of cool. And I mean, kind of have bubbling lava, if you will. I did just say, like, literally 30 seconds ago that I don't want to do an entire sound pass. So let's not. It's fine. People can kind of imagine stuff. It's okay. Let's actually focus on the things that matter. I'm just putting it off because I know it's going to be shit work. Okay. All right. So in terms of certain things happening, we need to first investigate how our AI chooses the location, because I kind of low-key forgot. Like, as in the behavior tree, I don't entirely remember where, for example, the destination location vector was set and why we set it that way. I want to make this a bit more dynamic, I think. A bit more in the game mode, I think. Because right now I have a feeling this is coming from everywhere and nowhere, which is just a bit strange. Because on Tick AI, we... what are we doing? If the AI main character is close to the destination location vector, finish the execute. Right. That feels like that should be like over here. Okay. Imagine not commenting your code. I think this kind of belongs here. Roughly. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically saying, okay, if the length of this is smaller than whatever we're trying to get, finish the execute. If it's not, just go to the next point, basically. But I've basically already got this inside of the game mode. I'm not even pulling a success on this. I should be doing that. Well, everything got refactored. Okie dokie. There we go. Okay. Alright. But we're doing this on a sequence. Crazy stuff. I don't know why we're checking on tick whether the AI has died. Crazy stuff. Who thought you would write bad code in many situations? So I think ideally, what I would really want in this version of the game is to not have this path and instead just have checkpoints, right? That the player just kind of focuses on one checkpoint at a time, and once they reach that checkpoint, they go to the next checkpoint, basically. But this might put a ton of strain on us in terms of making an AI version that does just that rather than the stuff we're doing now. So the only thing I could think of, because where do we get this information from? The main game mode. So it's not even the parent one. It's not even the master one. Which is where it should be. Unless it is. No, we're only getting it. Right, right. This is how we're setting it. Okay. What an interesting system you've built here, Chris. Okay. So I want to fix this in an easy way. The easiest way to do that is to basically move this back here. Like that. Move this guy all the way towards the start. My dog is going insane. And then from here we have Adventure Path and then Adventure Path 1, which is that one, which we move here. Hang on. What's this one then? How many do I have? Here we go. What? What is happening here? Hang on. Because this is a completely free... No, I don't want your notification. Because what is this then? This is again a separate one. What is Adventure Path 3 then? That is also separate. But this one already has 2 points. Whereas this one does not. Like, at all. Like, instead it still starts here for some reason. The positioning is off. Oh. What? So how do we actually set the actual arrows? This used to work too. That's the problem, right? So this is for Adventure Path 1. But then, so that part does work. So that part works, which is great. However, the next parts don't. But now this whole thing is working again, so that's okay. So it's just weird splines that are happening at the moment. But that's going in that direction for some reason. Look at that. That's so strange. That is so weird. I have no idea what's going on here. Because, like, if I do this, and then grab this one, then it's still going to be at the front, basically. And I can't rotate it either, because that doesn't matter. I have no idea. So then the only thing I can imagine doing Yeah. Probably the easiest thing to do. Also, keeping time in mind. Um, um, yeah, is to probably set up this array inside of the master game mode. So then it doesn't. So then I can decide within each of the child game modes where this information comes from. Yeah. Yeah, because then, yeah, what I could basically do is I could delete this entire blueprint from the level. Hello? I want to get you out of here. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Okay, that works now. Yeah, it just means that in here, I need to basically look for, in here, sorry. I need to look for every GM main game mode. There we go. And it's replace all of these with cast to GM master game mode instead of what I'm doing here. Right, and I need to make this a variable. But I do have it as a, oh, well, yeah. Get adventurer, this guy. Yeah. Okay, then the next one is over here. Cast to GM master game mode. Make it a pure cast. Plonk it in there. Oh no, it became ugly. Get adventurer array thingy. And then these guys can leave. Okay. And then one last one, which is over here. Which I can really just delete these two. Cast to GM master game mode. Make it a pure cast. And then get adventurer destination location array. There we go. That is now fixed. That was actually easier than I thought it would be. And now in here, I just have to... I'm just going to make an extra graph called setting level functionality. Because the way we set this might differ based on certain things. Custom event. We're going to call this set destination location array. We're not going to do anything with it in here, but we're just going to keep it there. And instead we're going to go into our slow speed blueprints. We're going to go into our time dilation game mode. And in here we're going to say set array set destination. There we go. We do want actually. We do want to give this an input, which is a vector location to add, which is a vector structure variable. And we don't need this one at the moment. Instead, we can grab this and we can say add. Oops. Add this stuff. we go. But this is where it goes wrong. Adventure destination array. This needs to be a variable that we have at the top. Yeah. What is it called? Adventure destination array. Adventurer destination array. We put that as a vector and as an array. Yeah, because now we're basically automatically inheriting it. Because I can kind of just delete this and just say adventurer oh no. Oh wait, here we go. Destination. There we go. But now it's inherited. Which solves some of the dependencies there. Except it doesn't. No, it doesn't. What we really only need is the adventurer location array. That's really the only one we need. We don't need double. So let's go into the master game mode and actually delete that other variable. Gone. Just like that. Very good. Okay, now that we have that set up, yeah, then really the only thing we need is I think we might be able to reuse this functionality of this blueprint, adventure destination, editing blueprints. Oh, there's a few funky things going on here. Why do I have a bunch of different boxes? Right. Let's duplicate this functionality instead of changing that one specifically. So it's in here, load functionality, adventure destination, copy it into this folder. Level functionality. Yeah, because in this version of the prototype, we don't need to follow a specific path because it's just straight on. Level functionality, copy here. And then we rename it into BP time dilation, adventurer destination. Just to keep the differences very clear. And then all we need to do in this one, yep, there's some interesting problems, that's okay. In this one, we can basically bulldoze out a bunch of stuff. Like that, which means we can delete these. Let's turn this into a vector. Sorry, into a single. Change variable type. Set references. Where does this go towards? Master game mode. Right, because it didn't make it a child, I just copied it. My tea is cold again. We don't even need to set this reference, I think, because we can just cast the master game mode whenever we need it. So let's remove this, and let's remove that. And then specifically, I can just put a branch here and say, what is it called again? This one, set destination location array. Set destination location array. Like that. We don't need to set references because we don't really need it anymore. We'll still keep the sequence because, you know, if we need to add extra functionality in the future, then we can. Okay. Is there anything else happening here? I don't think so. We do have a variable for setting a reference to the adventure controller, but because we're storing everything in the master game mode now, actually, will this work? I'm not sure if this will work. Hang on, let's test this. Let's print string this. Added location. Let's not forget to place it in the level, because else it's definitely not going to work. Like that. Yeah, that did work. Cool. Perfect. How great is that? Yeah. Cool. I actually did not think that was going to work. Okay, well then, let me add two more. One here. And one here. Where's the end? Cool. And then really all we need to add here is probably we don't need this. We probably want to add a checkpoint, well, destination order index, destination order index. And we want to make that an integer, because I want to make sure that that there's not some weird like compiling thingy that causes these to set locations almost randomly, basically, in terms of order. I want to make sure they follow the same order every single time. So this one's 0. Let's put this on public so that we can always see this. So this one's 0, then this one is 1, and this one is 2. This also makes it expandable as a system. And then in here, we can actually, sorry, wrong blueprint. Inside of the master game mode, we can actually add an extra thing here, an extra input that says location index, location order index, which is an integer, like that. And we'll just pull this one in there so that we always know that it picks whatever we set in the world. And then instead of we actually want to add something at a specific index, which I don't think you can actually do like this. I think we'd have to say like make array, and then we can actually I'm not sure how expendable the system now is, but might be overthinking this. An index. Right. This does actually work, but not exactly how I want it to. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work, but it's worth a shot. So this way, I think, sorry, I need to finish my sentences. I think this way, it will put the, locations in the right order. So if we just check the world locations, well, assuming we're actually using world location, that's not entirely unimportant to check. Yeah, we are. Okay. So if I just check the world location of these, so on the X, it's 6455, then 345, and then 450. Oh, I did it in the right order too. Holy balls, I'm a genius. What? I did not think that was gonna work. Yeah, it actually does it in the right order. Holy shit. That's cool. Now the only problem is that if I were to add extra points or remove points, then I'd have to change this blueprint specifically. There is ways to fix that, but again, for a prototype, we just don't need it. Like that kind of modularity is nice for a finished product, but or like during production, but not for right now. Okay, take locations from BP, time dilation, adventurer, destination, and set them up in the right order so that the AI can use them. Okay, now, just because I want to test what is still broken, nope, I only want this specific, so I can move these already in like that. Like that. And like that. But then I still need to actually grab the part that actually, there we go. The actual geometry that cuts out the hole. Like that. Same for this one. There we go. Perfect. Oh, well, almost perfect. I just need to grab this one. There. Actually, remember over there. And then this one here. And then, and then I just gotta do one more thing, which is actually, put this up top, like that. Is that roughly it? That's roughly it. Okay. We'll just assume that for right now we're on the same side constantly. Okay, then I just gotta set up the references here. So you need to actually be picked by that. And you need to be opened by that guy. Same for you, need to be picked up by that guy. And you need to be set up by this guy. Okay, then let's put player start all the way at the start, like that. Okay, and let's click play. There we go. Still says locked, but it's open. Anyway. AI? Dave? Maybe I need to give him a bit more space. Just a tiny bit more space. Like that. Because this way he also spawns inside of... Big Dave. Dave go big. Alright. Right. Dave, make your way inside. Ah, he's doing it. So the system kind of works? Why is Dave moving a bit, you know, skew-if, a bit off-center? Oops, I fell down. Oh no. Dave, where are you going? Where are you off to? Why does he not walk into a straight line? It's a bit strange. Because when I look inside of the task, I know that at some point, like initially, we give him the destination location vector that's coming out of the controller. Oh, I see that sound's gone off. Happy sounds of success. Exactly. Alright. Some more pop champ. So this is being set inside of the controller for some reason. So what is actually being set here? Set destination location. Right. What if I just say no to that? What if I just, inside of the task, I just, let's remove this. Cast GM Master Game Mode as a pure cast. Get game mode. And then get this one. Why can't I move this in between? Oh, maybe this doesn't work. And then from this one I need to get a reference and just grab that. Because that's just initially... God. Yeah, that's the only thing that the Blueprint Assist plugin doesn't do quite well enough yet. Moving along the comments and everything, that's a little annoying. Like that is very annoying at the moment. Because now I gotta grab all of these, set their movement modes to comment, and then kind of like move them into place again. Which is like really very annoying. There we go. And then this one, which needs to be moved back a bit. And this one, which needs to be moved back a bit. And then this one, which needs to be moved back a bit and a bit up. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this works. Alright, Davey boy. Right, are you gonna walk straight now? Yeah, it does look like it. Yeah. I do think I'm gonna remove the logic for hesitation I think, because it doesn't add anything at the moment, so I don't know. Okay, so this works. Then the only thing that I need to still change is about what happens when they get to here. When they start overlapping with it, basically. Yeah, so, and I already know how I want to do that. I want to go into the blueprint, and I basically want to say, if, wait, what is this? Oh, it's ignoring, good. On begin overlap, and then specifically, with this, get AI, if the other actor equals this, like that. If that is true, then we probably, oh, this actually gets interesting, because what do we do at that point? I think we already handled this. I think we check yeah. Yeah, we already check if we're close or not. We're just checking it with the wrong variable. Just thinking how I want to solve that, actually. Because I don't want to constantly keep casting to the master game mode. Because like the more I do it, the more it's gonna obviously take away from performance. Yeah. So I think I could very simply, I could introduce a variable called current destination location, which is almost like a temp variable, right? So I could go into this one, and I could basically say get a reference at 0, and set this. Like that, basically. Which is always at the start, that's always the case. Then I just gotta go into the task and actually reset something up here, which is that I don't want to get this. Instead, I want to just get the current destination location, like that. Oh. Like that. Pretty please. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this way I can keep it quite modular. Then the only thing I got to do up here is I kind of want to set this to reference, promote to a variable, which we can do all at the end. So then instead of casting constantly, I would kind of skip some of those steps. I'm not sure if there's like a major risk here when doing this, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll figure this out at a later time. Doesn't need to be perfect right now. Okay. And then specifically, yeah, so we check ready if we're close by. We're checking the length of stuff here as well. Yeah, and I think this is fine. We just don't want to set it in here. We want to set it somewhere else. We want to actually say... We actually probably want to make a custom event here saying reset current destination location. And actually, instead of setting it here, we want to set this inside of the master one. Custom event, like that. Just want to check my... Oh, actually, I could do it on my smartwatch. Haha. I was just going to check my phone because I thought I heard it ring, but if it did, then I would have gotten on my watch. New destination. No. New destination array index. Okay. And then in here we wanna call this reset destination. What's it called again? I just named it. Reset current destination location. Yeah, this is reset current destination location. We don't need the parent functionality because there is none. And then we just want to say, all right, we want to grab this, this, and that. Like that. There we go. When called upon from the behavior tree task, set a new location. Which then inside of the actual task, we can just call reset current destination location. We can just grab this, and then we can actually skip all of this. This does mean that it will no longer work in the previous version of the game, but that's okay. I'm not expecting us to go back to that one anyway, so I'm kind of okay with that. I definitely believe that we can actually get this prototype finished today. We could even upload it to itch and just, you know, see what people think about it. We could do that. Oh, shit. No, where have I gone? No, bollocks. Actually, and I don't need to do any of this, but I'll come back to that in a second. I kind of want to just destroy this. Because I don't actually think we're using it. And if we are using it anywhere, then we can fix it now. Okay, let's see. Is there any compiler errors? Yes, there is. In the adventure path one. Okay, this is fine. We really don't need this. And I think this is going to cause another compiler error instead of the master game mode. Whoa. Yeah, this stuff. We don't actually need to do this anymore because we're not using the path. I know we're using any other game mode, but I've just made the executive decision that we're no longer using that one. This definitely won't come back to bite me. Okay. Oops, there is some stuff going on here. Right. Oh, right, because, yeah, we're calling this stuff here. Which is now fine, because, again, we don't use it anywhere, so all good. Okay, we're actually not using it anywhere inside the task. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we actually want to set this to 0. Well, this depends, actually. Because if they're already like past the second checkpoint or something, we don't want to reset them all the way back to the start. We don't want that. So actually, we would want to pull in this variable from the master game mode, specifically our time dilation game mode. No, actually, yeah, the master game would be fine to pull this from. So I just gotta grab the. So I just gotta create a adventurer destination array index. Make it a integer like that. And then actually we want to. We don't actually need to do anything with it. Instead, we can just grab get adventurer. Why is this a name? What? It's an integer. Oh, because I'm pulling it in from the wrong one. Sorry. Get adventurer destination array index. Which also means something is less hard-coded than it was before. Nope, I don't want to do that actually. I want to... Oops. I'm going to find all the references. So here we want to grab get this one. This one as well. And I actually want to replace this entire cast with this. Oops. It's a little destructive, but it'll be worth it. And then this one we also want to grab. Get adventurer destination array index. Oh, actually we need to set it here. Set adventurer. This one. Oops. Yeah. Perfection. Well, perfection, I don't know, but it's definitely interesting. Get adventurer destination array index. And actually, yeah, we just discussed we don't want to do this. Instead, we want to set this elsewhere. Yeah. Yeah. We actually want to set this variable elsewhere, and we can really delete these casts and everything. Okay. Comment. Finish the execute. There we go. Cool. We can collapse these nodes probably. Collapse nodes. Check if AI is close to destination. There we go. Saves a little bit of space. And then instead of adding this here, we want to actually say we want to grab it from here. Say get set adventurer. Actually, no, I can't just get it, and then I can just increment it. I can say increment. Oops, increment int like this. And then specifically, there was a whole lot of clean the whole house. Nice. It's a very satisfying game, isn't it? It is super satisfying. Set adventurer array index as this one. It is a super satisfying game, in my opinion. Okay. Yeah. So if we set these destinations, basically, well, no, I need to do this +1. Yeah. Because if I, well, unless it's the last one. Ow, brain. It's a little tricky. Because this is when we come to one of these points, we've completed this one, we want to go to the next one. Yeah, which would actually be fine. So we can do this unless yeah, I just have to add a is valid check, which I can do. Oh, hang on, it's valid. No, I can just check if the length of this is actually larger than greater or equal to whatever we're asking here. If it's true, we can do that. If it's not true, then we shouldn't do that, because then we're reaching outside of the array, basically. Cool. It's a chill game to play. A good one for turning your head offline. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Also, I saw your review on Humankind. I haven't responded to it yet, but I did see it. I agree with a lot of the points. I think I agree with all of the points you made. The UI is just really, really bad at informing the player of what needs to happen. But like the thing that bothers me even more about Humankind is that all of your choices don't really matter. Like by the time that I get used to playing a certain civilization, if we just want to like use that terminology, I then progress or whatever. I think they call it succeed or something. If I then progress to like the next era, all of a sudden all these perks change, all the units change, and like nothing really feels like the same anymore. So it feels like I'm not really bound to any identity, I guess. I guess it's more of a dynamic issue than a mechanic issue, but what I liked in Civ is like I pick a civilization like Germany or like the USA or whatever, and like I'm working on making them successful, right? Whereas with Humankind, I feel like I'm just this amalgamation of cultures, which is more realistic to what it is like, but because of that, I'm never really finding an identity, I guess. So I don't know, that's what really bothered me and caused me to return it in like I think the first hour. I didn't like it very much. Maybe that's changed by now. I don't know. Right, so we've set this up. Then let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens, because else I'm gonna get lost in tiny details. Alright, Dave's gonna go for it. Go, Dave. Dave hesitates a bit. Come on, Dave, you can go a bit faster. It's okay. Oops, ow. Come on, Dave, you're almost there. Right, so because nothing gets called when he reaches that, because there's no waiting for him. Well, there's the hesitation, but there's no like proper waiting or whatever. Right, I could use the boolean that I've set up here. I could do that. Yeah, I could. This is a little messy. I could, if I just sequence this instead of doing what I'm doing now. I actually need to sequence it afterwards. Oh, there we go. Because if that is true, then I could just get the get controller, this one, and then here I can say get blackboard, and I can say set value as bool. This is a little messy right now. Get is waiting for trap, and then the bool value would be true. Okay, let's see how Blueprint Assist is gonna make sense of this mess. Thank you, Blueprint Assist. You are a legend. Yeah. Yeah, and then I could call back to this blueprint when the door opens, and then I can basically set this to false again. Yeah, the only thing I would need to check is about when we set this up, basically. I need to check if this actually happens, which will say it happens, which will be a huge relief if we know that that actually happens. Alright, go on, Dave. You can do it. You're almost there, buddy. He's just taking his time, you know. Oh, hell yeah. So it did work, but not entirely, because of a very good reason. Mainly that this hitbox is way too large. Because where is this located? Right at the bottom, yeah. So let's scale this down. Oh, actually, I don't scale it down. I can just make it a lot. So in terms of the X, we can actually put this at 100. Actually, checking that. No, we can't. The X needs to be 20. The Y can be 100. There we go. Which puts us within the boundaries that we need. Okay, here we go. All right, go on, Dave. Dave does take a long time, doesn't he? So these levels do get quite big, which is, I think, pretty nice. Because it's going to be trial and error, right? Okay. Why are you stopping here already? As far as I understand it... Oops. Oh, because you have touched it with a toe. Big levels do mean a lot of overflow of creation content. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So why doesn't this happen? Let's on the X actually put this on 5 or something and make it really, really close. Because this only gets triggered once we are within the range of 50 units. Which should definitely happen at some point. This should hit true. Let me just put this on this screen so I can actually see what's happening here. To see if it ever hits true. And maybe it's just not doing something else, I don't know. Yeah, but I do have some cool ideas in mind. I want to do a lot more with moving platforms. I also want to make levels a bit more compact in some cases. Like if it's like more like a tower type theme, then you know we could make it more run around itself, I guess. It doesn't really change much about level length, but it does matter to some degree. Alright, let me see what happens. Oh, nope. Shit. Oh, shit, I just missed it. I don't think it happened, though. I definitely don't think it happened. Wait, what's this? Ah, it shows a... Cool, it shows you a few things. Awesome. Let's see. Come on, buddy boy. Okay, back he comes again. Yeah, so it never hits true. Which is interesting. And it is using the right location too, so it is a little strange. For now I'm going to leave it as it is because I know that it worked before. So I'm just going to quickly leave that as it is. I'm going to leave the print string there. And then I just want to make sure that when this door gets opened, which happens, update the door status. Sure. Door triggered. Has door been opened false? Has really been triggered true? Which reference are we putting here? Right, we're putting the public reference there, okay. So when this is finished, I need basically an extra, I need to ref, actually, do I? I don't think I do. No, I probably, what I actually want to do is, Christ, there we go. What I actually want to do is, grab this, get the blackboard. I don't know why we're preparing shaders, but I'll take it. Then set value as bool, get waiting for trap, set this to false, and then I basically want to say ow, I just slapped my own headphones. Because I just want to make sure that the AI keeps walking again when the door is opened. But then I also need to set up the yeah, I probably want to call for this one, I reckon. So I want to reset current destination location. And for that, I do actually want to make that reference anyway. Ref adventurer, destination, make it public, and grab the adventurer destination object reference. From here I want to get the nope, index. Where is it? This one. Oh, I'm putting the wrong one in. Adventurer. This one. Change variable type, please. And then I want to get index. There we go. Yes. There we go. Stop the AI from waiting and reset the current destination location. There we go. Perfect. Yes. So then the only thing I gotta do is just in here. Oh, how do I set this to? How do I set this to public? Oh no, whoops, this one. I gotta specifically get this one. There we go. Same goes for this door. Oops, that's not the door. This one's the door. There we go. And then this one is that. And then we probably want to add one extra goal here at the back, which has an order of 3. And then we just got to go into the time dilation game mode. Just here, add an extra pin, like that. Okay. Okay, so in theory, this should work. I do want to quickly, just for the sake of testing, let's grab the character movement of Dave and just make it about 1,000,000 times faster. Let's just make him super speedy. Just to speed up the testing a little bit, because otherwise it's going to get really annoying. Yo, look at this man speed running. He moonwalks forward. Oh shit, I fell down. Oh. We got an error. Adventure destination. Wait, it's reading nothing. Why? Oh, right, because, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we only do that when it's valid. Whoops. Sorry. That's my fault. Is valid. Yeah, because else is going to get wacky. Have you heard of people migrating to Mastodon from Twitter? I have heard about this. So, I don't know very much about Mastodon. But I know that it's supposedly a lot more community-driven rather than corporate overlord type stuff. I must say, though, it is very funny to see all of the fake verified Twitter accounts of like big companies tweeting out exactly the opposite of what they actually would want to do in terms of a PR message. I do find that very funny, because a lot of these companies who are inherently very shitty are now basically getting served some good old social justice, I guess, which is interesting, which is nice. I guess comedy is now finally allowed, just not in the way Elon intended it, probably. Yeah, they're great. They're great. It's really great stuff. But yeah, Mastodon, I don't know. I have no idea. I should probably do the same, because I do have a Game Dev Topics Twitter. I tweeted one thing, that was like weeks ago. Okay. So, yeah, there's people on here, I guess. A lot of it's in Dutch because obviously I'm browsing in Dutch. But there's a game dev one. Oh, hold on. This probably works differently, doesn't it? Yeah, I remember that this works a little different. I can't remember exactly how it works though. Because it's not only like you have to assume with a link, right? Like the only thing I don't like the sound of, but then again, I might be talking entirely out of my ass here. Um, right, I guess a part of this, I guess the term decentralized. Oh, thanks. The term decentralized got a bit tainted maybe with the whole crypto boom and bust and whatever. But I guess decentralized on its own is not a bad concept. Let's have a look at this. Yes, I trust this domain. Oh, I have to log in. Hang on. I don't know if I actually have an account, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Because I know Mastodon has been around for a little while already. Like, it's really not a new thing. Okay. Let's just go log in through this. Verify email address. There we go. Did I actually go to the right? Yeah, I did go to the right link. Yeah. So, right. So what do I actually do? Is the question. The Mastodons seem to be sort of isolated community too, so the crypto bros will be in their own silo. Yeah, thank God for that. So if I press this, so now this is specifically inside of the game dev space or place, I guess, where I'm browsing basically. Yeah. Right. Okay. And it's basically a place where I can determine exactly what I want to see. But I definitely don't go to global because that's just about everything. You do not get exit to the Mastodons without login. Oh, really? Okay. I guess that helps to keep me focused, I guess. Which is kind of cool. Yeah, this is cool. I wonder. Yeah, I actually wonder how visited this is. Or how much traffic actually goes here. Yeah, I don't know what the traffic is on this, to be honest. Yeah, quite heavily, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. This is definitely going to be for, like, it's not going to be for mass marketing, basically. No, it's very focused on fellow peers more than anything. Some more casual LinkedIn, maybe. At least that's what it kind of like feels like to me right now. Well, a more subdivided social network, I guess, which is fine. But so yeah, if it's valid, then we do that. Cool. Right, Dave. Speed, my guy. Zoom. Bam. All right, now I'm gonna open this shit up. Ah. that's a problem. What? I thought, let me just check the task again. Where is it? Not this one. This one specifically. Let's check this task again, see what happens. At least I can see it on my screen. Alright, Dave's gonna speed his way over there. He's almost as fast as me. Bam, so we wait. And then we open it up. But we don't actually... What? So we never actually go through with this. We never actually go through the check to see if we're close enough to the destination. For some reason. That is so strange. Because I set this system up in such a strict way. Yeah, we don't take the set into account. Where am I? This one. Yeah, I don't actually think we want to do any of this here. No, I don't think we do. Yeah, I think we don't want to do any of this here. Well, it's not entirely true, we do. So if the adventurer is close enough, we want to make sure. Oh, I understand what's happening. No, I don't, because it's not actually doing what it's supposed to do. It's never getting past this check here. I guess we need to... Oh, shit. I guess we need to... fix this functionality, to be honest. Ah, that's a shame. Because we no longer have to check if they're close enough. Because they'll get stopped automatically anyway. Yeah. So we can actually delete all of this. It's a bit of a risk, but we'll see if it pays off. I've just compiled it, I haven't saved it. Because you never know. Alright, here he goes. Go on, Dave. Okay, Dave waits. He still does it. He still does it. And is that then because we're doing something? Oh, yes, I'm an idiot. Ah, yes, I got it. I got it. So, I need to go into here. And I'm being stupid. Yes. So in here, I need to actually say +1. Ah, shit, just plus. Sorry, +1. Then it'll work. Right, Dave? Let me just get ahead of you. Right, he's there. I say I open the next door. What? Why is he walking in place? Can he not get through? Oh, there is some kind of like, well, yeah. Maybe he can't get through, actually. Maybe for some reason we've put this on blocking or something. Nope, it overlaps with everything. So what location are we getting here? Because this should be somewhere around the lines of -3450 and -105. Lots of debugging when you've set up systems in a new way. Okay, and then nope, it gets the same coordinates, that's why. And why is that? Because we should be getting the right index here, but we're not. Let's see which index we're getting. Because the index should start from 0. Or the array, the counting in the array. Okay. Yeah, we are getting number 1. So why are we so we are getting array 1 or index 1, sorry. Which makes this a little funky. Because I'm grabbing the destination order index and I'm adding 1 to get the next one in the line, basically. And that's going right. So why isn't this working? Because this is 0. This is 1. This is 2. And this is 3. This should work. But it doesn't. I'm a little bit confused. Just a tiny bit. Because the functionality is working, it's just not retrieving the data I'm expecting it to retrieve. The only thing I can just do at the start is just check which values are being entered into my array. Oops, that's the index. That's not what I want. I want to get this. There we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it is doing it in a strange order. Yeah, it is doing it in a very strange order. Is my system not working from earlier? Because this is the one at minus 450, yet it's being logged as the first one, which should be fine. Because we have this system here, which means we select based on an index which one goes where. So really, to check that, I would have to do a for loop for each loop, and then in here I need to plug this in, and I need to print string the location. What happens? Oh, hang on. Why is this happening twice? Oh, because I'm also trying to do this. Is that the reason? No, it's not. Because we're running it like 6 million times. I can probably do this on a delay, actually, because the delay doesn't reset if I hit it again. So after 1 second, it should print it now. Okay, so it is doing it in the wrong order, which is totally not cool. It's going in the order of 2, 0, 1, 3, which seems to be the order in which they get initialized, rather than the order in which I want them to go. I could, however, just grab 4. I could just add 4 elements like that. And then instead of trying to do it like this, I could just say set array element. Oops. And then the index is that, and the item is that. And I can just size it to fit so that it always fits. This should actually fix it. Yep. Cool. We're no longer stupid. Awesome. Let's see if this actually works in terms of game functionality. Alright, go on, Dave. Off you go. You get stopped. And then I say, come on in. Nope, you still stop. Why? Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you not working? Because this all still works. And this should also all still work. Yeah. Let's print string this again. Because it might be that I'm not setting the index right. There we go. Alright, let's have a look. No, we are setting it right. Minus 3450. So what's actually happening here then? So we're not calling it at the moment because we're never disabling waiting for trap. Okay, I probably know why. Probably because yep. Not the door opening one, this one. If we just check how often this happens, then I think we'll see the problem. Which is just a really annoying problem. It's easily fixed, it's just annoying that it happens. Alright, Dave, it's gonna say hello, and then when we open this up, and Dave starts moving, it's gonna say hello again. See? That's because we're overlapping a few times. So instead, what we want to do is we instead just want to say we probably want to put it in here and just add a do once. Like that. And then we only want to reset this once the AI gets killed, basically. Yeah, we want to reset this once. Once the AI gets reset, but we can actually also do this on the leave. So we could just say on component end overlap on end overlap. We can actually reset this. We just gotta grab this whole mess. This whole mess of a system. Like that. Oops. Like that. And then reset it like that. Whoa. It's an interesting way of formatting that. Okay. Yeah, I think this will fix it. Might be a little wonky, but go on, Dave. Should really speed up Dave even more. Probably like 900 or something, so he's faster than me. There we go, off he goes. Good job, Dave. There you go. Off he goes. Ooh, there we go. Dave went for it. He was like, zoom. Oh, where does he now get respawned? All the way at the back? Yep. Yeah, no, the only problem is that, yeah. Okay, so in terms of respawning, that's functionality we still need to fix. Here's me thinking we'd finish this prototype today. Okay. We can remove this one. And we really don't need this to be like that. There we go. There we go. There's one more print string that I was calling somewhere. But I don't remember where, so. Okay, when the adventurer dies. Adventurer dies. Add a Dave death. Respawn adventurer, which is here. Right, AI spawn location. That's the one we gotta change. So we just gotta put it in here. That on overlap. We just wanna cast to this guy. Oops. Just copy it over. And then we just want to set AI spawn location to goal 1 world location. Yeah, something like this. Let's see if that works. Let's put the AI speed at huge. Let's put it at like 900, which is a little faster than I am, which is fine, because I can already start running. Here he comes. Huge speed. Alright, off he goes. And then the next one. Alright, super speed. This guy speeds. Dave has come to a point where he can just dodge traps. I don't know why it doesn't work there at the end, but yeah, I have no idea why it doesn't work at the end, but probably because you can't get close enough or something. I don't know. It's probably something to do with that. I don't know. No idea. It's fine. Cool. Oh, I didn't actually check if he would die. That was the part we actually had to check. Whoopsie. Alright, let's have a look. There we go. There's Dave. Bam. What is he going to do now? So yeah, that almost works, except it doesn't, because then he collides again, and then it's like, okay, I'm going to wait. So we want to say that the relocation is kind of okay, except we want to break this. And on the X, we want to say plus, I don't know, 150. And then we want to make Victor 3. The rest we can just kind of like pull through. There we go. It's not exactly very clean, but again, it's a prototype. It's a prototype, and that's the most important thing to remember. We don't want to spend too much time on doing things exactly perfectly. Oh, he's broken. I've broken Dave. Oh, we broke Dave because we opened the door before he was there. That's why. Alright, Dave, you need to get there first before I open it up. And there's a bit of a flaw, but... There we go. Bit of a flaw that we'll fix later. Bam. Whoa. What? I don't even understand. Dave has found a way to be faster than light. I don't know. I have no idea what is happening. I don't even know what's happening. Dave. Whoa. Huge speed. I'm getting bumped ahead by Dave like crazy. But we're keeping all the values except for the X. Is it because I'm breaking into vector 3? That definitely won't be it, but... This is strange, to say the least. So instead of having to wait all the way until the back there, let's just pull in an X-trap and pull it forward. Let's just pull it all the way forward, just like that. And then we'll just pull in a few extra ones, just for the sake of it. He'll never survive that. So we'll make this 1. We'll make this 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. That way he'll never get past it. Like, that's for sure. Does look very satisfying. Yeah, it's very satisfying. Crazy. Alright, Dave, try your best. Bonk. Off you go, buddy. Yeah, so why the hell does he get spawned on the floor? Oh. Oh. Yeah. God, Jesus. The Z coordinate is also, like, super low to the floor. That's why. That is going to be why. I'm so stupid. I'm so fucking stupid. Okay, he's there. Yo, Dave! You were supposed to die! Man, Dave just dodged 5 axes in a row by starting at exactly the right time. Alright, go on, Dave. You won't survive this one. Oh, he just did. Alright, fine. Die here, then. That's also fine by me. There you go. There we go. Off he goes. Okay. Dave has found his way of being. Man, Dave just makes it. Okay. What if I open up this one now? Oh, well, there's no fucking hole there, so... Yeah. If there was a hole there, it would have worked. So does it work now? That's the idea, right? We can remove this amazing row of axes. Like that. Yes. So it works now. Great stuff. That is really great stuff. Okay. Alright. Yeah. This is great stuff. Okay. All right, then what I want to do, because debugging all this and making it work was a lot of hard work. What I want to do is just click this button. There we go, perfect. All right, for everyone that was watching, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you need any help whatsoever with your game project, I mean in the sense of game design advice or processes or whatever it is you're running into, as long as it's not bug fixing, feel free to join the Discord. Completely optional, of course, but I'm a bit more on there than obviously streaming, because streaming I can't do every second of the day. Beyond that, if you want to give me a follow, feel free to do so. That'd be super appreciated. And beyond that, I wish you all an amazing day. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see each other soon. All right, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.